I never wanted to write a prayer book. I grew, and my love for writing grew, at a great distance from Christian literature of any kind. By the time I was in college, I developed enough of a palate and arrogance for what I deemed serious literary fiction that I would find myself internally wincing at book recommendations in the church I'd begun attending. The same suspicion I felt toward their God was mapped onto his alleged scribes. I believed, and still largely do, that the most trustworthy and perhaps meaningful literature can be found in the economy of the short story, the nuance of the memoir, the imagery of the poem. Literature, real art, could not be found in a church pew. How could it? Religion's purpose is to bring mystery close enough to touch. We give God a name, a face. We write creeds that outline the conditions of our belief. This requires that the mysteries stay still and at times contract. But art has little concern for definition, certainty, or even permanence. It survives by the mystery expanding and recreating itself. In Parable of the Sower, for example, Octavia Butler is not interested in telling you what precisely to believe about Lauren's desire to leave the walled neighborhood in the middle of apocalypse. She only cares if you rise and go on the journey. Lucille Clifton put it, "You come to poetry not out of what you know, but out of what you wonder." It is conveyance, rarely indoctrination. In this way, good art is necessarily queer, fluid and subversive and impermanent. Religion, stripped of such queerness, can be excessively clear and uncompromising in its rigidity. But when practiced well, religion, or more broadly spirituality, has the capacity to tether incomprehensible mystery to the beauty and pain of the human heart. It is not the only way to do so, but it is one way. To be a writer, with any sincere concern for the human condition as we've known it, one must contend with the spiritual. This is inescapable. The question, I suppose, is one of form. I want a mystery that can track so that I can dare approach, that I can turn over in the palm of my hand, but then watch pass through my fingers and become the air I breathe. I want a spirituality that demands artistry, not just from the divine, but from me. All of this has required me to interrogate if I believe the form of liturgy has any merit. As you are hearing these words, you can rightfully assume I've come to the admission that it does. I was 23 when I walked into an Episcopal church with an overwhelming desire to die. The service began with a hymn,